My name is Tim Morehouse, and I'll be competing in Beijing Olympics this summer in men's saber fencing.
And I'm David Schuster with MouthpieceSports.com, and we are talking with Tim. Tim, initially, how did you get into this sport? It's not the normal thing that people grow up with, and I imagine you were all-around athlete, but you gravitated to this. How did that happen?
I actually didn't know what fencing was when I first started. I loved doing sports. I was playing baseball and running cross country. And in my middle school, it was one of the only sports you could go out for. And I didn't know what it was. I went down there with one of my best friends and just fell in love with it. Initially just started with, my friend and I were kind of like whacking each other with sabers, and that was fun. And then I grew to love it and also then started to learn more about the sport and the strategy. And, I've been fencing ever since. 16 years later, here I am.
I heard you talking earlier this morning about watching a lot of movies with fencing in it over the years. Now, I can think of a couple off the top of my head. What are some of the ones that stand out for you?
I think The Princess Bride, the whole fencing scene is just, it's hilarious and funny and great. I think that's the one that really pops to mind when I think of fencing movies. Just a great scene. And then, obviously in Star Wars, when I was young, there's a lot of sword fighting in that with the lightsaber, so.
There was a real good one recently in one of the James Bond movies.
Yeah, absolutely. And in that James Bond movie, like some of our fencing coaches helped train the choreography. So Madonna's pretty good with an épée.
Okay, I was going to bring up the word épée. There's a bunch of different sabers that you can use. What are some of the different ones you can use?
So there's three disciplines in fencing. There's foil, épée, and saber. Épée is like the original kind of dueling sword. The target is the whole body, and you hit with the point. It was like the first blood weapon. So first person that hits scores. If both people hit, they both score, and that's épée. Foil was really like the practice weapon, very refined. You hit with a point, and it's just your chest and back. So you have to have very refined movements. And then saber is kind of the wild guys or girls weapon, where it's a cavalry sword. You're slashing, you're hitting with the side of the blade. It's your whole upper body, and basically you want to kill the person, not the horse, from back in cavalry days. So that's the target area, and the points are very fast, and that's what I do, men's saber.
Any of your friends or even acquaintances ever want to, for lack of a better term, and I guess the word would be spar, do they ever want to spar with you and try themselves out with you?
Yeah, and actually it's funny you should mention that. Last week I took 15 people from my job. I work at Teacher America, and I taught them to fence at my club, and they had a great time. So people are definitely really curious about it. It's a great sport to go try. I think it's something that once you try it, you can really appreciate how difficult it is, how fun it is. So I would definitely encourage people to try it out.